Boogity black, blacker than black, black. I'm blacker than black, yo. Because I'm black and I'm back. Yo, I'm black and I'm black.
Chill. Hey. Y'all ain't know these shit. Ain't safe no more, fuck boy. No, they ain't safe, nigga. Ain't no motherfucking secret, nigga. Travel motherfucking die, nigga. Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, Mac Town. Lace them up, put them on, nigga. Nigga. Chill. Slick puller, what's happening, nigga? USDA, nigga. I'm here. Hey.
You win some, you lose some. But you live. You live to fight another day.
Oh, there's just something about this town. I ain't got no ties.
You are family.
Pace yourself.
Every couple of years, some dealer comes along.
Pay me.
He runs the...
What's going on, YouTube? We back in the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn Nam's YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key, and we back with another TV show review. And we got Power, Book 4, Force, Episode 2, King of the Goddamn Hill. Pretty much, you got Tommy pretty much getting himself reestablished still in Chicago. He pretty much made up his mind and made the decision that he's going to stick around. He's going to set himself up to be his own boss. He's pretty much not going to be taking orders from nobody else or working for nobody else, and he's pretty much going to be doing his own thing and taking his own orders. Thing about Tommy is, I'm not even going to necessarily say he starts trouble, which sometimes he does have his moments, but trouble is going to find Tommy. So even before he made the decision to stay, he was already establishing people that he was making enemies with, especially with the Flynn family or whatnot, and then getting involved with other situations, especially with us getting an introduction to his brother, not knowing that he had a brother all along, as far as his grandmother that we end up finding out that stayed in Chicago, and that was one of the reasons he was even ending up in Chicago. So this is really interesting. And speaking of his brother JP has a lot of interesting things going on with him, man. He has certain reveals in this episode, and to be honest, one of the reveals is not even like it's whatever, but it's another reveal he has, man, and it is really, really setting some things up that I think is going to come into play later on, especially with everything that Tommy has going on, and especially with the people that he's getting involved with. So that's one of the things that I'm really excited about, and I am really, really enjoying the relationship that Tommy and JP are establishing. I know people had a thing to say about acting or whatnot, some of the actors or whatnot, but I enjoy it, man. I'm actually enjoying their chemistry. I enjoying the relationship. Like I said, they are building. Like I said, I think it's going to get better and better. And even with this certain revelation that's revealed with JP, that I'm like, oh man, there's going to be some good things coming. I'm hoping it don't be no tragedy though. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, what if certain things happen and you might end up taking out this certain person and you didn't know that this person was this person? Because you'll understand if you haven't watched the episode, but if you have watched the episode, you understand what I'm saying. Like I said, this is I forgot before I even started, this is a spoiler-free review. But speaking of, we have Diamond pretty much getting reestablished to life outside of jail or prison or whatnot, because, you know what I'm saying, he was down for 15 years or whatnot, and you got him and pretty much him and Jannard. I ain't gonna necessarily say bumping heads, but they kind of are, because Jannard is pretty much explaining to him how things are supposed to be now, and pretty much trying to tell Diamond that, yo, you ain't been out in 15 years, so things have changed, you know, these young kids, this and the third, as far as just shooting and ask questions last, and you know what I'm saying. But Diamond is one of those individuals that come from the old school. He has an old set mind, especially after he done sit down for so long and seen everything he done seen. He's pretty much one of those individuals that's like, nah, that ain't what it's about, which is not. But him and Jannard, they are bumping heads, like I said, and they just not agreeing on the way they trying to run certain things, even if Diamond is still even trying to do that. Because that's one thing I'm curious about, especially with everything his brother got going on. Is he still trying to be a part of this whole organization as far as what they doing, or is he trying to get away from that, or is, I don't know. And in this episode, it's looking like, well, it's kind of like he didn't have somewhat of a choice somewhat, especially with everything they have to do. But it's even after that, it's kind of looking like, is he trying to get back involved with everything they got going on as far as what his brother is doing? So that's going to be one of the interesting things. Like I said, the thing about Jannard is, like I said, he's younger than his brother, and plus he's not really had to sit down like his brother did. So one thing I'm really enjoying about not only this episode, but just what Power is doing is they establishing this whole thing with Chicago. Like, they ain't shying away from the whole thing with the violence going on in Chicago, but not only that, the mind frame of younger individuals and how they do things. How, you know, back in the day, it ain't just like, I want to fight you and this and the third, just shoot and ask questions later. So that's one of the things that I'm really enjoying about this too. So the the Flynn family, man. You pretty much had this dilemma going on with Claudia and Vic. One thing about Claudia is she wants to get more involved with what's going on as far as street business, as far as whatever they got going on streetwise with the business. But the thing about Vic is he's handling that part. And pretty much what the family wants, especially with her father Walter pretty much wants Vic to take over things, especially when he's done with everything, because he has a situation going on with himself that he doesn't want anybody to know about. And that's one of the main reasons why his whole thing is no. He wants Vic to run it, and Claudia feels like she's pretty much better established to run certain things because they are losing money in certain areas. And it's kind of on Vic because his head ain't even all the way in certain positions as far as what they got going on as far as the organization streetwise, because he has this thing going on with Gloria. But the whole thing with Gloria is Tommy. Tommy done came into the picture, and now you pretty much have a situation going on where you're going to have Vic pretty much having his eye on Tommy and pretty much having this whole beef or whatever he got going on, especially with this whole jealousy he going to have with Gloria, because Tommy, like, he don't care. Even if I think Gloria was to tell him, like, you know, I'm involved with such and such and whatnot, he not going to care. They going to keep doing what they doing or whatnot. So that's going to be another interesting thing to follow as far as what's going on with the Flynn family, because you already know Walter pretty much told Tommy to leave town. And Tommy, you know, Tommy is Tommy. He ain't listening to nobody. And being that he's trying to do what he's trying to do now you're going to have this situation going on. But this episode pretty much centered around Tommy and Diamond and what they are trying to do, where they end up in a situation where they pretty much have to do certain things. I'm not going to get that away, but like I said, I was kind of surprised that happened as quick as it did, because I was kind of thinking that situation was going to happen a couple episodes later on, because they was talking all this in the third about letting certain people get comfortable or whatnot. I'm like, damn, y'all ain't let my man chill for 2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the interesting things, but I really enjoyed the whole exchange between Tommy and Diamond. I like that whole thing they had going on. It was almost like, I ain't going to say training day, but you could tell that Diamond is one of those individuals that's from the old school. His mind frame is kind of on the frame of what Tommy does, as far as not really being wide open, not being out in the open, taking your time with things, as far as building and what y'all trying to do. And that's what he's trying to explain as far as him and Jannard, as far as what he's trying to explain to his brother as far as Diamond go. But it's really going to be interesting to see what they trying to do as far as going on, because Tommy has some interesting things that happened in this episode, and I got confused at a point because it's a reveal in this episode, and this certain person that pops up in this episode, and I was like, who is this? I don't remember this person. I was like, oh, that's that person. And I like that tie-in and that connection, because it makes a lot of sense, especially with Tommy. So I didn't mind that at all. I'm actually looking forward to see what they can do with that. I'm not going to get that reveal away. Like I said, it's spoiler free. I'm going to talk more about it on Uncut It's Talk Friday. Definitely tune in for that as far as spoiler talk. But other than that, like I said, man, I'm honestly enjoying this episode. I enjoyed this episode a whole lot more than I enjoyed episode 1. So I'm definitely looking forward more to what they're going to do with Force. And I'm actually proud and happy to say that Tommy can hold his own as far as a show. So I'm very interested to see what they do with this. Like I said, there's certain surprises in here and certain things that I didn't see that they was going to do with certain characters as far as JP. And like I said, one of the things he revealed, like I said, ain't even really nothing, but the other thing, the other reveal that he talks about in here is actually very, very interesting, and I think it's going to come into play later on in some episodes. So that's going to be one of the more interesting things, especially with Tommy and JP. But like I said, the chemistry, I'm enjoying the chemistry Tommy has with all the individuals that he's coming across, especially with him and JP and him and Diamond. Like I said, I'm enjoying the chemistry. I'm enjoying the exchanges between these individuals, and especially these new characters that we are starting to learn, and the development with these new characters we are learning as far as this Tommy series. Because like I said, as far as Tommy and another certain individual that ends up popping up in this episode, this is a different feeling from the original Power, and that's a good thing. Like I said, I wanted this to feel different. I didn't want this to feel like we've seen something before, especially with what they got going on with Power Book 2 Ghost. So whatever they got going on, I'm actually enjoying it, and I'm glad that they doing what they doing as far as with Tommy. Like I said, it's even certain things that Tommy has going on in here, especially when the episode starts off where he's reminiscing on certain things, and I'm liking those certain moments because they actually showing Tommy a little bit vulnerable, and I don't mind them doing that, but they hurry up and let you know, hey, Tommy is still on demon time. So I definitely enjoyed this episode. This is one of the ones that I feel like, I honestly feel like that was better than the first episode. Like I said, I still enjoyed that first episode, but I feel like this was a lot better, and I'm enjoying the character development, like I said. So out of that, that's pretty much all I had for this. This is pretty much my review and my opinion and a little bit of my recap as far as Power Book 4 Force Episode 2, King of the Goddamn Hill. Y'all definitely let me know in the comment section if y'all had a chance to check out this episode. Let me know how y'all feeling about it. And if y'all are fans of the whole Power universe and y'all fans as far as Tommy, how are y'all feeling as far as his individual show? Are y'all liking it so far? Is it living up to the expectations that y'all had for it? Let me know in the comment section, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to let you know when I upload new videos. This is the road to 400 subs. We almost there. Shout out to all my newer subscribers. Shout out to everybody who's been checking out my videos. I do appreciate it. We out.
He runs the streets.
Run the fucking books.
You clocking my city.
It's gonna be a problem if I am. Now I'm part of it.
I don't feel comfortable unless I know I went above and beyond with my preparation. The things that possibly could happen, if I ain't take real steps to prevent those things, I'm not comfortable. I can't walk around, you know, charismatic and happy. Nah, I gotta make sure, you know, we setting up some type of wealth, because